Was Bam Bam's move too aggressive on the chosen one? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So, Bam Bam, here's the funny thing about Bam Bam. He's clearly had probably one of his worst seasons to date. I'm a little bit concerned about Bam Bam, to be quite frank with you guys. And here's the other thing. Speaking of that, do you notice this is something I learned early on, especially in my sales career? How many riders, I hate, and Anderson, as much as I love El Hombre, anytime he's being interviewed, he's always, well, to be honest, or some dude's like, to be honest, no, but really, even Jet's always, no, but really, no, but really, no, but really. You know, if you say, just so you know, if you say to somebody, to be honest, you're implying up until this point, you haven't been honest. That's the psychological message that we get. So never say, to be honest. Say something else, like, to be frank. I think that's a little better. But anyway, back to the show. Here's the thing. Bam Bam cleaned out Jet pretty big time. Now, it didn't surprise any of us to see Bam Bam, of all people, throw a move like that. He's got priors for that. He's been like that since he rode in the 250s. Rubbing is racing. He's very aggressive, right? But he's had he had one of his better nights at this last Triple Crown in St. Louis. He had, I think, what was it, like maybe a 6th place finish overall? Definitely well inside the top 10.
I pulled off a 6th place, Walty. What's up? My best finish of the year. Had to take out Jet to do it, though. Bam!
And I think like a 6th or 7th. Probably one of his best finishes, right? He actually had one of his better finishes. We didn't know it because, you know, he was never really in the race, but he had a decent finish. But that was a little bit aggressive. Now, it was a first lap. I mean, when it's for anything goes in the first lap. You got to get through the first lap where people start to kind of find their position. So, I mean, it didn't really surprise anybody, I believe, to see this happen. But clearly, when you hurt the chosen one, the industry darling, that is not good. I'm sure he got a talking to. In fact, I'm sure the AMA, if I don't know at the time of this video, maybe it's already happened. Maybe he's been fined. Too aggressive. You shouldn't have hit the chosen one. Now, if it was anybody else, we might have been fine. But you can't do that to Jet Lawrence. Now, here's the realities. We talked about this, and we're going to cut over to some polling here in a minute and check out some of your comments. Take a lap around the comments. Get your tear-offs ready. Whew, insanity, this stuff. We talked about last week in the show. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to see a rider get hurt. When Jet went down in the sand section trying to pass Cooper Webb and the crowd cheered, I asked, did you guys cheer? And I had a bunch of people get a little upset in the comments.
It's like, you shouldn't cheer for somebody when they crash.
It was a tip over. He stepped off the bike. He was fine. Now, this one, I wasn't cheering. I didn't come out of my seat when I saw this one. I was a little like, uh-oh, that's not good, especially when he wasn't getting right back up. And like I reported on before, I think the fact that he got up and finished the race shows a lot of heart. I don't think Jet enjoys being the chosen one. I don't think he likes pushing donuts. I don't think he likes pushing FanFest. I think he wants to be one of the guys. And I see a lot of heart in this kid. He just found himself, like anybody else, caught up in this new industry machine, SMX, playoffs, electric bikes, whatever they're pushing, they're going to use Jet. And I just don't think he digs it. And here's why. He's already cashed in. He's made millions. He could quit racing tomorrow. He's set for life. So once you're set for life with forever money, you start to kind of be like, do I really want to be this now? Now, early on, you're willing to do anything.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, that'll be cool. I'll do it.
Not anymore. But the reality is this. I'm a little concerned because Bam Bam, I don't know how well he's going to be received. And we're going to learn today, right now, when we go over to the comments and the polling that we did. If you're new, subscribe, jump over to the community page and participate in the polling. We're having a lot of fun over there, and it's revealing a lot. It's revealing a lot because this is the stuff the industry will not tell you. The industry will sugarcoat this thing in spectacular fashion. So that's what makes this show so rad. We're blowing that all apart. We're blowing through a lot of barriers so we can understand the real, keeping our thumb on the pulse of what's really going on in the sport, reading between the lines and looking between the ruts. And that's what I intend to do today. So without further ado, let's jump over to some polling that we did around this incident. Then we're going to meet back here, wrap this one up. Let's get started. Race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, and throw on a fresh pair of tear-offs because the roost is about to fly. When asked on the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel, was Bam Bam's move on Jet too aggressive? 52% of you said, yup, that was too aggressive, Bam Bam. You shouldn't have done that. while 48% of you said, nope, Rubbin's racing. Well, let's go ahead and take a lap around the comments. First out of the starting gate, Ray V comes in with 50-50 at 300 plus votes. Seems about right in this modern age of feminism. Boom! And there it is there. Let's see who's up next. Baby Shark GTO comes flying into the first corner with one of my personal favorites and says, that's so messed up. I can't believe Jet hit Barsha's front wheel like that. Ouch! Succeed by Force quads into the rhythm section with, Jet came out of nowhere, dude. It was Jet's fault. Bam! Kid Zorro skims the whoops and comes in with, I hope he's okay, but let's face it, Freeze and Barsha are the only reason we still have a championship. And there it is there. Facts, bro. Facts. Ashley Brown pulls a tear off and goes flying by with Bam Bam doing his thing. Keep up the good work, Walty. Boom. Thanks, Ashley. Let's keep going. Elijah Meyer runs over a down Vince Freeze and says, Jet hasn't paid the Bam Bam tax, and it was time to collect. Lisa Angelis hucks the triple and comes in with, it was only a matter of time when Jet tangled with Bam Bam. Oh, you're right. At some point, everybody's going to tangle with Bam Bam if they stay out there long enough. Let's keep going. Jason Allen hits the dragon back if we still had one, Ricky style, and says, the way Bam held up his hand like, what the F, bro? That was your fault. Jeffrey Northrup hits the finish line jump, throws a heel clicker, lights the candles, and says, that was the T-bone? Heard around the world. And there it is there. Thanks to everybody who participated. Now let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. And there you go. Thanks to everybody who participated. Like I said, if you're new, jump on over, participate, get subscribed, and jump into the polling and take a lap around the comments and bring your tear-offs. The reality is this. I don't know personally how I feel about this one. I'm still a little bit on the fence. Here's the thing. I love Bam Bam. I think he's one of the characters of the sport. We need more personalities in the sport. I think he brings a lot of personality. He almost reminds me of how he's almost handling this as well as like Adam Cincerillo.
How's this for not caring anymore, Walty? I'm actually kissing other dudes at this point.
Adam Cincerillo now has totally conceded to the fact that he's no longer racing for wins. He went from this highly touted amateur to 250 rider to never really seeing his career come to fruition. And he's accepted it. I love seeing Adam no longer depressed and bummed out. I think he's handling it quite well. I see the same thing out of Bam Bam. Bam Bam's got enough money to ride off into the sunset. I'm sure he's got a financial planner. He's got investments. He's set. But the thing is you never want to leave a buck on the table. He's still commanding a decent enough contract to keep him out on that track and racing. Now, the challenge for Bam Bam, I bet you this year's contract was probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest one that he's commanded to date. And I believe his negotiating, I don't know when he has to negotiate his contract next, but it probably isn't going to be as big of a one based on these finishes that he's now posting. So he came in and cleaned out the chosen one, the Wonder Boy, the Moto Messiah. And I have to think that the Jets camp is probably looking at this. Even Ricky in the broadcast is like,
I'm going to need to take a look at a bunch of angles at this one so I can make my...
And I get it. I'm kind of on the fence with this thing too. Like, I'm still wondering, like, how do I feel about this? Now, I will say this. If I had to just right now tell you guys how I feel, I would say Rubbin is racing. This is a very dangerous sport. It's not tap dancing out there. This is moto. A lot of things can happen. We've talked about this before. It's not if you're going to have the injury, it's when and how bad. This is probably the worst one that we've seen from Jet in his 450 career, in his 450 debut. I remember last year in the 250s when he came off that finish line jump at one of the Supercrosses and got basically cross-jumped on Austin, and they both went down pretty hard. Violent crash, but he was able to jump up, get going pretty quick. He stayed down quite a while on this one. And the reality, Bam Bam was the one to dish it out. And final thoughts that come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy, wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested. Bam Bam, welcome to the swimming pool. Haven't seen you there for a while. You finally initiated Bam Bam Engaged. Unfortunately, you did it on the chosen one. And I just don't know how that's going to go over. I'm sure you got it talking to. I don't know how well this thing's going to be received. For me, I think it's fine only because Jet got back on the bike and was able to finish the race. If he had gotten hurt seriously and you had put him out for the season, it would have probably been a different conversation. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.